Hi, let's look at the energy for the week of August the 15th to the 21st. I do these every week, looking at the energy from a human design perspective. Even though I only get a few views on them every week, I feel like these are going to be really helpful for somebody one day, and I want to be a reliable resource for that once that happens. So I've been consistently doing these partially selfishly because they help me, and it's super fascinating to me how accurate the energy is so far, ahead of time. But anyway, we're looking into this the third full week of August 2021. I'm going to pull an archetype card, and then I'm going to pull 3 cards for the message, and then I'm going to pull 1 card for each of the different design types, including manifesting generators, so 5 design types, and look at how the different types are going to likely experience that energy for the week. Alright, so what I see here is a situation where something that you had been working on for a while flopped. And when that happened, a relationship, somebody close to you was able to come in and either fix it or vouch for you or console you or somehow help you to gain a better perspective of it so that you can continue on. All right, so it's like a flop that revealed something that you needed to learn in order to succeed next time. Okay? And I feel like this connection, it's like if this was at work, you tried something, right? And when it didn't work out, your supervisors, whoever was over you, they started looking at you like, okay, is this person somebody that we can trust with this type of responsibility? Do we need to, move things around? Do we need somebody, an ally, somebody that you are friends with in your workplace, stood up and vouched for you and said, no, he has great instincts. He knows what he's doing. It looks like it flopped, but blah, blah, blah. There's a situation like that where they came in clutch and said, actually, this person is brilliant. I think they're a genius. I look up to them. Like, don't, put them in trouble for this kind of situation. Or it could be something like that happened at work and it wasn't big enough to get on the radar of the supervisor. It's just like maybe you didn't make your numbers for the week or something like that. You missed a mark, you missed a goal, and you were feeling really bad about it, and you came home and you talked to your partner about it, and they were able to be like, wait a minute, are you really crying about that? This job was your stepping stone anyway. Like, why are you stressing yourself out? You're doing great. You're on track to do, what you were planning to do. You're going to do better next time, that sort of a situation. And in the course of that conversation, in the course of that interaction, it's like something that they say reveals a truth to you that you needed in order to get back out there and go back into work the next week and to take this challenge on from a different angle, a different perspective, with a new energy, and actually fix the place where you messed up. And in a way that all of that work that you did, all of that progress, it folds in to the new solution, and it actually is still beneficial. You can actually salvage it and still use it. So that's what I'm seeing with just the overall message. So for generators, this looks like a situation where you were working with a team, or maybe you were leading a team, and there were people on the team who didn't believe in your idea to begin with. So when things started to fall apart, it was, you felt a lot of pressure to try and find a way to explain what you were trying to do to people who didn't believe in you to begin with, you know? And so it's like you feel like you're standing in a disempowered position talking to someone who doesn't really want you to make sense, you know? And so with all of that weighing on you, you're having to go to people that you know do believe in you. Go to the person that you know understands you and has either done what you're trying to do or done something similar to what you're trying to do. Ask those questions. Get to that truth that you need in order to turn this around. All right? So for manifesting generators, it's about continuing, even though it looks like it fell apart, even though it looks like it's broken. You need to actually look deeper into it. Take it apart and see why it crumbled. Look into what did work. Look into, you know, get more detailed with it. Get more, instead of falling back and being like, oh well, it didn't work. You know, this is the time to double down on it and keep going, because look at this, we went from a 9 reverse to a 2 to a 9 again, right? So oh wait, that's a page. I'm looking at this upside down. But you know, page is even higher than a 9. So what you're doing is you're redirecting the energy. You're going from something that looks like it's going to do well. And then once you get these extra keys, you get this extra information, you're able to fold it into what you were doing and continue. And sometimes that moment of folding new things in, it will look like a failure. It will look like a stall, you know? But it doesn't necessarily mean that, I mean, you lose momentum in that, but all of the resources, all that you've gained it still exists. All right, so for the manifestors, ooh. So this is a relationship that you are having to nurture with these allies, or this ally, this person who is on your side in this whole thing. It might be the person comes to your defense because of something that you've done for them recently, or something that you've said to defend them recently. You know, it's a situation where this bond with this person is strengthened because of this situation. And this is somebody that is going to be a true friend or resource or ally going forward for you manifestors. So pay attention to who that person is. It might even be somebody you wouldn't expect that stands up and says, hey, you know, she actually knows what she's talking about. Like, it looks crazy right now. Yeah, but you walked in before we were done. You know? Okay, so projectors. Ooh, a dragon with the power gate. So for... So for projectors, it's a situation where something crumbling gives you a better idea. And it kind of reminds me of something that my aunt did once. She was doing a lot of baking for the holidays, and she made this chocolate sheet cake, and it cracked in the middle. And so first she decided to try and frost it, but you could still, you know, the crack was still very obviously there. So she decided to crumble that cake up and roll it into cake pops and put it on toothpicks. Because of course she didn't have like the fancy stick for actual cake pop, because she wasn't planning to make those. So it was literally like cake mixed with frosting rolled into a ball that really made like a really cute, really fudgy, yummy hors d'oeuvre type thing. She stuck them in the refrigerator and they were really good. So it's a situation where, the cake broke, like, but it was still cake. It was still something that she could use to make a sweet treat with, So it looks like all is lost, but it's not. And this is a situation where somebody else is there to kind of help you work out the ghetto-ness of the workaround, so that it doesn't look like a ghetto workaround, but instead an innovation, And then for our reflectors, it's about a logical next step. The logical next step from where you were initially headed. So the logical next step towards what you wanted to do from where you've landed. That's a better way to explain it. It's like trying to come up with a way to draw this picture. It's a situation where what you were trying to do was like a little bit too lofty, right? You were trying to make a big difference or a big change in something. And the plan that you initially started out on didn't quite work out, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't break that big overarching goal down into smaller steps. And I feel like something about this truth that you reveal, something, it's like you pick up a key this week that helps you to realize that there are smaller milestones that you can still hit that lead towards where you were ultimately trying to go, but in a more practical, step-by-step way. I also feel like the energy of the manifesting generator and the reflector are harmonious this week. So if you know who around you is a manifesting generator, you might be the two pieces of that puzzle, right? Working together, having each other's back, making sure neither one of you gets fired. That sort of a thing this week. All right. I hope that helps. This was a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you guys' likes and views and comments, and seeing you back here again next week. Bye now.